Rachel, you and Susie are good friends. Have you given her any unusual presents?
I did have to give her advance warning once because I ordered her something for her birthday and you couldn't write a note who it was from, so before the husband accidentally opened it, I said, I've sent you a bra. Susie I don't know what she packs when she comes to Countdown, but she's always asking for my bras. So I just finally...
In fairness, so am I, Rachel. Rachel recently tweeted, there are more lion statues in the world than lions in the wild, and that's scary. But Rachel's determined to do something about it and has recently become the face of a campaign dedicated to smashing up lion statues. After seeing Rachel on Strictly, it's clear she combines the brains of Professor Stephen Hawking with the dancing ability of Professor Stephen Hawking. Rachel, Claudia's our guest team captain this evening. Any advice for her?
I think she'll be fine, actually. I was thinking of my favourite captains, and she's got a lot in common with Wayne Rooney, Jack Sparrow and Captain Hook.
Yes.
They've all got strong hair.
Yeah.
And 2 out of 3 have got great eyeliner. So I think she'll be fine.
You said Wayne Rooney's got strong hair?
Yeah. He's paid for it, hasn't he? Have you got a problem with paying for stuff on your body?
Rachel is in charge of all the letters and numbers, is a sentence that makes her sound way more important than she is. It says here you're a rubbish driver. Is that true?
Not too bad, but the first time my dad took me out in my car, I had like the in-betweeners, yellow, Go Faster, Cinquecento Sporting, and I drove it into a bush. So if you say that's a bad driver, then
yeah,
maybe.
That's quite bad, yeah. Rachel is gluten intolerant. If you're not sure what that means, it means Rachel has to spend the rest of her life trying to avoid people rolling their eyes at her at dinner parties. Rachel, what do you and Susie talk about when you're not on Countdown?
We mostly try to work out why you're so mean to us every week. And what we can do to make you stop.
Well...
And what we can do to make it look like an accident.
With her qualifications in physics and quantum mechanics, Rachel is Britain's second favourite lady-face scientist after Professor Brian Cox. Rachel, if you had to have one of the players this evening as a housemate, who would you go for?
Well, I think Susie borrows my clothes. She's borrowed my bras before, so...
I'll borrow your clothes.
I was going to say, I wouldn't trust you around my shoes. I think you might stretch them. I wouldn't trust you around my stuff for other reasons.
What? What stuff wouldn't you trust me around?
No, not you, Jimmy.
Oh, why are you looking at me, then?
I was thinking of Jimmy.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you really looking at Jimmy?
Yeah?
Your head's on the wrong way round.
I've heard that before.
If you didn't see Rachel dance on Strictly, just imagine a giraffe with BSE trying to ice skate on rollerblades during an earthquake on a planet made of jelly. You get the idea. Rachel, it says here you have a phobia of tissues. What's that?
I just think they're completely disgusting. Even the word kind of makes me cringe. And it's just... So that's all right if it's folded, but when they're, like, screwed up, people just leave them around or blow their nose in front of you. It's just disgusting. I just think it's horrible.
I like it when they've been in your pocket and they've been through the washing machine and then they've dried.
Oh.
And you take them out and they're like little pebbles, aren't they? They're great. And then you could just put some drops on them and bring them back to life.
Rachel Riley is a mathematician, TV host and physicist. Is there anything she can't do? Yes. Move her feet in time with a piece of music. So, Rachel, Rob has struggled with the numbers on the show before. Any tips for him? Anything he could improve?
Well, I've been thinking about this, actually, and I think...
You've been thinking about this?
Yeah, well, just tips on maths, and I think tips to be better at the numbers game, similar tips to be better at sex.
Oh.
First of all, once you've got your target in sight, you don't want to just dive in and, you know, shoot in the dark willy-nilly, because basically you'll just end up spending 30 seconds flapping about. You might think it's a long time, but it's not. Anyone will tell you that. But you still need to spend the first few seconds thinking of a plan of action.
OK,
getting a feel for it.
Plan what you're doing and get a feel for it, don't just dive in.
And then basically just get the big one and get as close as you can.
I don't know what we're talking about, but I enjoyed that. Thank you very much.
Rachel, I'm not saying there's been a mix-up in wardrobe, but whenever I see you do the numbers, I can't help but wonder if there's a girl doing Jaeger bombs in a Wetherspoons dressed as a librarian. Lots of people would be jealous of your abilities with maths, but if you could swap brains with anyone here this evening, who would it be?
I think I would have to go for Joe Wilkinson.
I wouldn't. There's a lot of dot shit up here.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've got strong suspicions that he's been breaking the terms at the court set.
Yeah, normally Joe is over there with you, but because of the restraining order,
exactly,
we've had to...
yeah.
Yeah.
They measured it out. They actually moved this back a little bit just so we could get away with the programme.
You know, I'm prepared to do a bit of time.
With her impressive qualifications in maths, science and physics, Rachel is very much like a modern-day Marie Curie, if Marie Curie had packed it all in to become a sidekick on a quiz show. What's your biggest flaw? You're good at sport, you're good at maths. What's your big flaw?
Well, I'm not much of a performer, as you've pointed out many times, and I'm a terrible singer.
Terrible singer?
Yeah, I went with my friends once to this karaoke bar in France, and there was a whole table of people in the middle. And during the first song, literally everybody left.
What's your go-to karaoke?
That one, there were 4 of us, and we all look like we should be able to sing, but none of us can do a note, and it was the Spice Girls wannabe.
Can you give us a little blast of the Spice Girls?
No, absolutely not.
Give it a go. I could be the backing pin.
No, nobody wants
Wanna
that.
be my lover.
Hey.
Hooray!
Rachel recently revealed that she thinks Sean is the funniest person on this show. Well, if you're going to be like that about it, Rachel, I think John's got the nicest bum.
I'll take that.
Rachel, do you ever get any Christmas gifts from fans?
I once got a pack of 5 pairs of Asda Value tights.
From Susie?
No, and I've got a bird feeder. Yeah, but I haven't got anywhere to put it at home, so it's actually in my numbers trolley. It's actually, like, attached. It's screwed into it.
What do you mean your numbers trolley? The bit with the...
The bit with the numbers, there's actually a bird feeder and a birdhouse underneath there, just in case.
OK. What does the future hold for Rachel Riley? Well, if history's taught us anything, she's about 9 years away from going into the jungle. If you had to spend New Year's with one of us, who would it be?
Probably be you, because you throw the good parties. Everyone knows that. One of your parties, I don't know if Johnny remembers, but he tried to pay me at the end of the night.
Well, you had been super friendly, Rachel.
I tried to pay you for what?
I was just like minding my own business, getting the food, because you just said, you know, take the food. So the waiters and I was just having a chat, taking some food, and you came up and tried to tip me.
Rachel has a master's degree in maths from Oxford University. Frankly, using her for the Maths on Countdown is like using the Large Hadron Collider as a water slide. Rachel, if you had to go into space with anyone on the show this evening, who would it be?
Well, I actually interviewed Tim Peake right before he went to space, and he said the thing about it is, because it's kind of claustrophobic and agoraphobic at the same time, it can send some people completely mental. So I think out of these people, I'd go for Sean, because he's already at that level.
Yeah, and I wouldn't get freaked out, because what's the big deal? I'd be like, oh, I'm in space. Yeah. Same shit, different view.
Well, we should probably crack on with the show, because judging by Rachel's dress, she clearly has a hen do to get to.
I had quite a few hen dos this year, actually.
Did you?
One of them, I dressed up my friend as a tortoise with a penis. That was nice. Yes, there was a story. I'm really proud of that.
A tortoise with a penis?
Yeah, she loves tortoises, so we all went out.
And penises?
Well, you know, we were in Bristol.
No, your mum's going, yeah? No, fair enough, yeah.
That was a good night, actually, yeah. She really came out of her shell.
Rachel Riley, an amazing mathematician, a brilliant TV presenter, and always dressed appropriately. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. You're very active on Twitter. What's the weirdest thing you've been tweeted?
Recently I got a tweet from a Newcastle fan that said he was crying because his team lost, so could I send naked photos? I sent him a topless photo of Alan Shearer.
Where would we be without Rachel Riley? Well, we could probably just move the letters board closer to Susie. It's not like she's rushed off her feet. Rachel, who do you think here would be the best person to help you survive a zombie apocalypse?
Well, apparently one of the ways you can get rid of them is by pretending to be a zombie, so obviously Joe.
I'd have been a
blend
little
right in.
hurt if you hadn't chosen me.
If you had to be stuck in a lift with any one of us, who would it be?
I think it would probably be Joe. Yes. It looks like he's been confined and escaped from somewhere before.
Rachel Riley has a degree from Oxford, and her tutors have a degree of sadness when they think about her chosen career path. Rachel, what's the best and worst chat-up line anyone's ever tried on you?
Well, the worst chat-up line I've heard is, I've got a purple dome that needs a home.
You know what, Rachel? If you're not interested, just say you're not interested.
It was in text form. My friend made the mistake of letting me play Tinder on her phone.
Played Tinder?
Yeah.
What was the best chat-up line? Was there any good chat-up lines?
I can't remember. No, I mean, that's the one that sticks in my
I've got a little
mind.
mouse that needs a house.
Rachel appeared on a celebrity version of Child Genius, where she was beaten by a 12-year-old in a maths challenge. And there's me thinking dancing on Strictly would have been the most embarrassing thing in your career. Rachel, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Well, in 10 years, hopefully, I'll have been working in telly for 18 years. So I'll probably be testifying against someone I've worked with.
Rachel loves her food, and for a treat, she often eats gluten-free, organic, vegan cupcakes. That's a coincidence, Rachel, because sometimes, as a treat, I don't. Rachel, what's your worst habit?
I guess food. Like, there's a lot of stuff I can't eat, so sometimes it's just finding whatever's in the cupboard I can eat. So the other day I had just nachos for starters and thought I'd do a bit of cooking for main, so I had toast. The worst one I ever made was gluten-free pasta with Doritos dip. Rank, absolutely disgusting.